Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Prihatini. In this occasion, I want to tell a speech process about how to write a fiction story. Nowadays, there are so many people who are interested in the world of writing fiction stories. Moreover, there are various platforms that become facilities for writers to make their work, so that someone interested in writing increases. And here are a few steps in writing a fictional story. The first one is determine the genre of the fiction story. The first step before starting to write is to determine the writing genre. You can choose one or two genres so that you focus on your writing. For example, you can choose the romantic genre, fan fiction, teen fiction, horror, or something else. The second one is identify the characters in the story. After determining the genre, the next step is create or identify the characters in the story. In this case, you can begin to imagine who will the main characters and supporting characters. Each character will have their own character and story and the problem they face. You can also clarify the character by providing a description of the character's personality or physical characteristic. For example, 3. Create a catchy title. As we know, the first thing that the reader sees is the title of the story. So make a story title that is interesting and unique. In addition, make a story title that is easy for readers to remember. For example, The Prince with Cat Eyes. 4. Make an outline of the plot. After determining the character and title, then make a plot outline. You can use an outline as a temporary writing plan and later develop it in more detail. However, I think with an outline you will find it easier to develop a storyline in writing without leaving the main topic. So making an outline in creating fictional story is very important. 5. Write the planned through. When starting to write, the first step to writing a work of fiction is write the narrative first. Then continue writing with the outline that you have previously made. In this section, you can use the point of view when writing. Set the first person point of view if you want to be closer to the story, or use a limited third person point of view if you want to focus on one character. You can also use a third-person point of view that will know everything about the whole story. The last one is reread your work, revise it, and then publish it. After you have finished writing your work of fiction story, it's recommended that you read it again 2 or 3 times to make sure there aren't any mistakes. This way you can find the parts that do not fit, so you can make revision. This revision will make your work even better and more qualified. So the conclusion in writing a fictional story is you need to consider what genre you will write. What kind of characteristic will you show in your writing? Determine what title can attract the attention of readers. Then create a plot outline so that the storyline you create. Finally, when you finish writing, read your fiction story, then revise and publish it. Those are the tips for writing fiction stories from me. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this video is useful. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
마치 잠을 주는